Good evening, everybody. We are 12 on so far. Let's give it another minute or so. Welcome everybody that's on here. I've done everything that I wanted to discuss on the first two calls, the 11 and the 1 o'clock call. So I'm just going to summarize and then we'll open up for questions and discussions. Right, it's still coming on. Let's give it a few more seconds. 14. We're also going to talk a little bit about strategy after your questions get answered. Right, let's start with 16. We spoke a bit about trickle up. I explained how trickle up is working. If you send a link out from the legend position and there's no gifters on the board, that new profile falls in position 1. Position 1 can't trickle up to boulder position 2. Again, just how the numbering works on the gifters, 1 to 4 down on the left, 5 to 8 upwards on the right. Boulders the same, 1 is on the top left, 2 bottom left, 3 bottom right, 4 top right. If you fall in position 1, you can't trickle up. If the boulder number 2 is open, you need to fill gifter 1 and 2 and get a link from them for 3. And the third gifter will then trickle up to the other boulder position. So when we start a group and it's not a full board, we work accordingly and I will guide you so that we eventually fill the boulder. Somebody scores 1 level there. That is how it works. They are busy compressing boards and there is an option that you can contact support so that you can get them to put you on another board if you so choose. On the monthly committed positions, whoever is working on a board where they are on can use their monthly positions there. There's a few people, and I'm going through the file in the chat group to mark them. We don't care where they land. We will load them on the current open 50 some odd boarding calls or boards that we're working on. There is a separate group for that. I'm not going to post any monthly list anymore in the main group. The people that wants to work and is currently working on the 15 open boards that we're working on, most of them is added in that group. I will also guide you there as to which board you will work on. For the people that sponsor monthly positions, we will allocate you where it is needed. It is a lot of work to do that, but that is why we are here, is to help and assist you. Why is my screen all fuzzy? Can everybody see me?
I see you fine.
Good. Yeah, then it was maybe somebody who. It's Mary. Is not muted. Let's mute quickly. Yeah, that's better. All right, now I see Paula's name. So committed positions will be taken on the boards. Now, on the next 16 boarding calls or boards that we were supposed to work on, 15 of those people, the legends, didn't send me photos of the boards, so we couldn't work on the board. I think the 6th one was Bobster 3 managed to send me a photo and we worked on that board. Of the 16, Bobster 3 is now finished and 5 of the 15 that's left send me photos. I will open group chats. We're not going to do boarding calls anymore. We will guide you in the little chat groups. So those 5, it's the same group of people. They will get a little group soon and we will fill those boards. I am not going to work on a board if the legend don't provide me with a photo because I don't know what the situation on that board is. We do have a few of the old boards. I think there's 6 left. We're busy closing a few of them. And then all the current people that requested that we work on their boards. Just a sequence. What we do, you request that we work on a board. I ask you for a photo of the board. If I'm happy that we're going to work on it, You then send me a photo of the board with the legends information block. And then I'll name the group according to the legend, the compartment, and the boarding call number. And some of the groups have been working fast. We took a compartment 14 board, got split. The one split board decided to work. And I today opened a compartment 16 group for them. They are working. We can go however far we want because you following your inviter. Or your inviter's inviter, or their inviter, if your inviter is not on a board. So there's people that have been working fast. There is quite a few of the little groups where I see I'm tagged, so I suspect, I think the Anna closed one that we're going to then take to version 2. On the version 2 profiles, on the perpetual boards, that's the second perpetuals. We've got 4 outstanding, which needs 1 gifter each. We'll finish 2 or 3 of them in the next few days. And then we're going to carry on with position number 100. Let me just go confirm that. Where's the file? I've got too many tabs open again. Let's just scroll up. Yeah, position 100 and 101 will start together. And then we go to 102. Well, the current boards that we're working on gives us a total of 6 boards we can work on. So I'll probably open 3 or 4 of them. The challenge we do have is it takes time because we chain the profiles. If you are registered as a version 2, you get a link from a previous version 2 on the board. If there's nobody, then I'll send a link out or get a link from the highest submarine profile on the board. And then once you confirmed, you send a link out so that you've got at least one of your 2 invitees in already. So we probably work on 4 or 5 or even 6 of them at the same time. I also spoke about your committed positions. Remember, the submarine you are sponsored in by the legend with $87.50 with the understanding that you will, on your second bronze board with one of your gifts, go take a position on one of the other vehicles where I guide you to. It's not a unilateral decision. I do enter into discussions with you. It's useless to put 6 profiles for you on the train and not on the other vehicles. So we spread them open on the other vehicles. I am going to make a list. I'm busy with that, which will be posted in the group of the people who did not yet take their committed positions. You committed because you were sponsored to take that position. There's people overdue and outstanding. I will tag you in the group, and the whole group can send you messages and ask you why you're not doing your part. We're doing all the hard work. We work many, many hours. You can do your little bit. There is one boarding call that we're busy on the cruise. There's also a few people who said they do not want their committed position. They would rather sponsor it in, and then we will allocate that to Seeds of Love or a charity or Auxilio or wherever. Concerning Seeds of Love, Andrew is managing those profiles. It's a group of people of more than 2,000. And when they move through to silver, he will transfer the profiles to them. We will very soon be able to change our own details on the platform. Auxilio is easy. Auxilio will receive gifts. We allocate a few charities that will receive gifts. Do a debit order for them for 10 months. If they bring more people in, we extend it for another 10 months. If they don't bring people in, that's it. They don't get money again. So that's one way to get them to work. They don't have to go tell people about Gift of Legacy. They must just get them together. I will go out and talk to the people. Remember, Gift of Legacy is individual invite. So if I do a presentation afterwards, I talk to the people that are interested and then we get them on board. So that's what the other, your committed position is. Old boards, a lot of people are speculating about where's the algorithm and is the algorithm working? It is working. The only profile that will land suddenly on an old open board is the GGM profiles because they don't have an inviter. Once they land on a board, the allocated migrated profiles that is linked to them will follow them as they move through. And those profiles, first inviters, will then fill the rest of the board till it's finished. Then the next GGM profile that goes through goes to the next open board. It is working, it works on all the boards like that. I don't know how many GGM profiles there are, but there's quite a few. So they are falling on that. Rosette, mute yourself. So that is concerning the old boards. No board is standing still. The people will come. You must just be patient. Because we didn't follow our inviter a while ago, when your inviter was sitting in the legend or the guide position, 227 profiles landed on old boards. Some of them is already now in legend. I've got a few that's in guide and very soon going to move to legend. There is movement on those old boards. And there is people working on the old boards. I think Thursday somebody called me and said, so I would like to send you a gift, but you've got a woman's name. I said, yes, it's my niece. So I received the gift on her behalf. She was sitting in legend for a very long time with an empty board, and now suddenly the one side started working, and it looks like the second one is coming on board. Keep on working on the old boards. Remember, one reason for the dream projects is to go help the old boards. I can't make an old board part of the lineage of any dream vehicle. But if you go through your second board on the train or the ship or the camels or the eagles, you can take one of your gifts there and go sponsor somebody in or take yourself another profile on your old board. My experience is when you start working on an old board, immediately somebody else start working as well. Easy as that. Sponsorships. The procedure is very easy. If you want to be sponsored, submit in the sponsor contract group a contract, and Christina will add you on the list, and we will allocate you. If the sponsor profiles is in a position to sponsor, we will pull people from the list, or if somebody wants to sponsor somebody in, we take them from the list. We've got charities on there and individual people. We don't have many individual people left. If you want to nominate somebody, make sure they are trained. There's one group that we had discussions during the week. We struggled to get their people on board. They complained it's too much slip to register. I'm not going to help those people. If you don't want to do your part, we can't help you. I just provide the tools. I can't rescue you. I provide the tools to rescue you. So that group, once they can prove that they watch recordings of all the Zoom calls, and after a phone conversation where I will ask them a few very tricky questions, they will then be allocated a place on the sponsor file, and we will sponsor them on whichever board they are going to be loaded on. If you want to nominate or manage profiles for charities, feel free to submit contracts. Christina can add you to the group, and then we work from the file. There's a huge amount of people already sponsored in by Liana Sponsor Fund, a few from Lundy, and quite a few from mine as well. Also bear in mind, Liana sponsored a huge amount of profiles in on the tracks from the sponsor profiles. Our sponsor profiles is sitting very nicely. Liana got 3. Landis is now soon going to start receiving gifts. I'm managing those profiles. And then my own, I've got, apart from the first 3, also number 4 to 12, and also all the deep dive and angel guide profiles will be used for sponsorship profile. Basically, all my profiles is for sponsor profiles. I've got sponsor profiles on all the vehicles: DCP, Tracks, Cruise, Caravan, and Eagles. They are named sponsor profiles. So that's regarding the sponsor profiles. For the people using my domains for email addresses, there's not many emails with a huge volume of mail sitting in them, but because it's close to 4,000 emails, the volume of the whole mailbox adds up. If we do channel the mail to your Gmail, it's fine, you can do it that way, but once every 3 months, go log in and clear your mails. And don't just delete, you need to delete the trash box as well. I got access to every single email that you use on my domains. So I can see what the volume is. You will start getting messages. I'm not going to delete your mails. You will do it. You will start getting messages from me. There's some that use it for other mails as well, with photos and videos, and that clutters up the volume. Let's talk a little bit about strategy. There's a lot of platforms out there. Somebody asked me this afternoon about what platforms am I on. I'm on a lot of platforms, investment platforms, trading platforms, gifting platforms. But you can't go learn how to trade overnight. It took me many, many years of playing with platforms. And while we were waiting for Gift of Legacy to launch, I played on one platform, and you make some good money, but you need to sit in front of your computer the whole day. So I'm not going to invite you to things like that. Gift of Legacy, the way that we plan and operate the boards between me and a few other people, it's not at the speed of light, but you can take a position if you got $100 on a perpetual board with the knowledge that whoever is on the board will pull the rest of the submarine through. You get pushed up, then you get your 2 people in. If you land up in Legend without your 2 people, you send yourself out 2 gifts or 2 links, or get yourself one other profile from that link and give one away to a friend or a charity. Those 2 profiles in turn will be pushed up by the submarine. It's a basic strategy. Use a submarine to your advantage. I'm not going to put a stranger on a perpetual board. They can come at the bottom of the submarine. You got 8 or 16 or how many ever profiles on the submarine, and you want a position on a perpetual board, I will go find the highest perpetual board for you. One person asked me, why am I putting them only on my boards? Submarine, Stefan Submarine sponsored profile is not mine. It's a sponsor fund profiles. The Submarine Trust profiles is not mine. That will be used to pay any expenses that we've got and to sponsor. I've loaded a few which landed on profiles where Bobby was a legend, and these leading profiles on the submarine was also on the board. We've loaded a few on Liana's sponsor, Liana 8, 9, and 10's profiles, so that she can sponsor more people in. We will load them on the highest open board at that stage. I am not scared to load somebody or load it at that stage, somebody on Bobby's board. The profile that was in Legend was not a submarine profile, but the 2 guides were. He did the effort to prepare our starter board for us. So you must get something back once in a while. Bobby has put in huge amounts of people and sponsored huge amount of people into the submarine. So we will place you on the highest board where the best flow is. Remember, I can't put too many people on every second level. If you move up from gifted to builder, then we wait. You wait for the rest of the submarine to fill the 8 positions, and then on the 2 split boards, we can put new profiles again for you, so that we make sure there's at all stages at least 5 people on a board that can pull the people through from the submarine. Some of the boards that we worked on were version 2s. We ended up with only 1 profile in the legend position. That's fine. Then we don't add more version 2s there till the next submarine profiles land there, 1 on each side. And then after the split, they will pull the rest through to assist with the version 2 profiles. All right, that's all I've got to say. I'm going to open up for questions. And make it snappy. I don't want to beg people for questions. And don't type something out. Raquel, don't want to talk. I just wanted to talk to you and say you can talk on the call. I don't want to read messages the whole time. Clean up all the profiles, the migrated profiles that did not log in once during the last 9 months is off the boards now. So that's about 5,000. We don't have an exact number. Nobody announced an exact number, but those 5,000 roughly. So there's 2,900 migrated profiles left. Anybody else who registered in January and did not log in the meantime, or did not log in the last 30 days, is off the boards. So the cleanup is finished. It is now a compression of boards. They are working on a compression of boards. But there was also an announcement, if you 3, 2, or 1 people left on a board, you make contact with the people on the board, ask them if they're happy to be moved to another board, and then send support a mail, copy the other people in the mail and say you would like to be allocated to another board. I ended up in a legend position. At that stage, when we invited, our people didn't fall on the same board, so I'm sitting all alone there. The right side is empty, the left got 1 guide. Spoke to the guy and he said it's fine, we can move to another board. And I sent a mail and copied him and asked him to be placed on another board. I'll rather go sit as a builder on another board instead of legend, where nothing is going to happen. So there will be a compression on that way, and then the system will also start compressing soon. I do not have a date. It wasn't announced yet. All right, Paula, you got your hand up?
I do. Good morning, or good afternoon, I should say, or good evening. So I just looked at one of, thank you. I just looked at one of my subboards, and the legend is highlighted to be deleted. I reached out to her, but she hasn't responded yet. So what happens if she gets deleted? What happens to that legend position and to anybody else underneath it? Because I think I'm a guide on that board, I believe.
You send an email to support when the legend is off and tell them that you are sitting without a legend, and they will then allocate that position to GGM.
Okay, and so the submarine will still, the sub profiles will still follow me, even though I'm placed on a GGM. Okay, board.
They will follow you. That person in legend is very probably your inviter. You will not be linked to the GGM profile then. You will be linked to your inviter's inviter, so that the lineage stays intact. But send me a photo of the board so I can see who it is and make a phone call. The procedure now is, if you find somebody that is got a red block, send them 1 message. If they don't want to carry on, or if they get deleted, let them go in love. Even if it's a legend, we don't have the time to go beg people to log in once every 30 days. Really, every 30 days, is it so much effort to go log in? If somebody don't want to log in, let them go in love. But
Okay,
if it's a legend, we will try to contact them. I'm not going to contact all of them. Nowhere in any scripture does it say I must like people. So I don't like anybody, but there's some people who I will assist and remind them. I understand situations. I understand group leaders who's got a lot of profiles that they're assisting with. They sometimes miss. I don't say there's a glitch in the system, but it happened on one of my profiles where I know for a fact I logged in the week. And this afternoon when I logged in, it was red without emails. I didn't receive any email on the profile. So we help each other where we can, but we're not going to beg people to stay on a board. If they don't want to be on a board, let them go in love. Good. Elise, you got your hand up?
Yes, I have. Good evening, everybody. Stefan, on one of my boards where you are assisting me, I just wanted to find out the 4 builders is 1 person. She logged into one of the accounts, which was fine, but the other 3 were highlighted for deletion. And then we reactivated it through the legend position. She has moved back home to her hometown and doesn't have connectivity. So where does that leave us going forward to get links from her, from those other 3 places? Or are we just going to send links from the guard position and so on?
Elise, I offered that person to add her profiles on my list so that one of the people, I've got 3 people currently assisting to check profiles from my list. It's a huge list. It's my own plus everything that I'm assisting with, plus the charities. It's allocated to 3 people to check once a week. I offered
Okay.
to load them on the file and allocate it to somebody to log in once a week. And then also to assist with links. She sent me a file which I couldn't open. I said, please send the username and the password in a message so that I can allocate it to the file. That was 10 days ago. It did not happen yet. If it gets removed, sorry, no mercy. If you don't do your little part, I don't want to hear no excuse that you're sitting in the Transkei without Wi-Fi or without a signal. That is nonsense. I worked in the Transkei area. I traveled there. There's cell towers everywhere. Yes, some of the villages got bad reception, but walk 400 meters and you've got reception. There's no excuse for not logging in. And I was offering to assist her with logging in once a week. So if she gets removed, you don't get links, we will work the strategy out that we get the positions filled and then get the links from the right profiles.
Okay, so she's not red anymore, so she's active again. But I can tell you that none of the messages that I sent or emails that I sent they came back undelivered to me. So that's fine. We'll deal with it as we go along. It's not a problem.
We'll deal with it. If it gets removed, so be it. I am not going to beg people to do them, but again, I am not here to rescue anybody. We provide the tools. We provide the labor, but you need to do some of the work yourself by logging in. I already looking after a lot of people's profiles and making sure that it gets logged in every week. Apart from the people checking once every 2 weeks, I work through the whole list, and it's a huge list. I'm not even going to mention the number. I sort it according to the date checked, and I log in. I log in, do a little note on the board chat, log out, update the file over date when I'm finished. If I do 30 profiles at a time, or 50 or 100, I sort the file. And then the next time I work on the file, I go to the oldest outstanding date and then work on it.
And sorry, Stefan, another question. Do you have any idea when the glitch in the system is going to be sorted? Because I've also received emails for deletion and been marked as red, even though I log in once a week, sometimes twice.
They are working on it. They got a to-do list. The developer got a to-do list. The first thing they are currently working on is to change our own personal details, and when that is done, they're working on the compression, and then there's a few other issues they are working on. They are aware that we're getting marked as for deletion. They are aware that some emails go out too early. One of the sponsor profiles was handed over from Bobby to me, and 2 of them actually, and Bobby received emails that profile is up for deletion, and I logged in the previous day on them. So all I did was to log in again, make a note on the voice on the board chat. I am not going to take photos of every board chat. I mean, there's thousands of photos that I'll have to save somewhere. But so there's not one single profile that I'm responsible for that's been deleted yet.
No, I've managed to sort
to make
everything
sure
out
that you
when I
log
go,
in
but just go
once
in.
a week.
I
mean, how many profiles are you assisting with?
At the moment, I've lost count.
Make a file. Count.
Yes, I'm going to use your spreadsheet, a copy of your spreadsheet.
Yeah, it works. There's a date on there, and then you can go check. I make sure that at least every 14 days, I personally log into a profile. Even if I don't make a comment on the board chat, I update my file. Chris has seen my file. He sat next to me, we had coffee, and I showed him my files. He knows I'm not going to miss anything. So if it gets removed, it will be reinstated. I escalate straight to him, and he will get it reinstated. But so far, we lost nothing. On my side, we didn't lose any profiles.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
The one that was in danger of being deleted was a capturing error on the date. So it's sorted as a newly checked profile, and in the meantime, it was already 3 weeks that it wasn't checked.
Okay. Thank you very
Good,
much.
Rocky. You're welcome. Rocky, you got your hand up. We've got 8 minutes left.
Okay, Stefan, just a quickie. This GGM thing taking over the Legend. If they take over a submarine Legend board, then they are going to only get $100, and every other board they're going to get $800. Is that being sorted at your level with them?
Because they're taking over positions on the perpetual boards.
So that submarine board they're not taking over.
If they do take it over there, no train smash, we don't work on the board. They know fully well what I'm doing. They're fully aware of the strategy. We skip the board. I look at the 6 other people on the board. I will personally sponsor them a position in on a perpetual board, and they can lie there forever. That is how it's going to work.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay. Right, any other questions? Maybe I can have a early supper tonight, seeing that nobody wants to talk to me. Christina, do you have anything to add for us?
Yes, if you are on a board and you see that a profile has been flagged for deletion, please contact the person yourself. Just send a kind message. There is a template for what you can send. I'll post it again. Just contact them, and it's the right thing to do is to contact them at least once. Then you can't do anything more than to contact them. If it is in the Legend position and they don't respond, then maybe send me a message. And then otherwise, just keep on logging into your profiles. I know it seems like a lot of work, and it's a bit of an irritation and a frustration because now suddenly you've got to log in every week or at least every 2 weeks and minimum a month. But just think of it this way. That in time, whether it takes a year, 2 years, or 3 years, that profile is going to get to the perpetual board, the platinum board. You are going to receive 8 gifts of $5,000 each, and wouldn't have been worthwhile then to log into those profiles minimum once a month. But if you log in more often, twice a month or once a week, then you see what's going on the board. You see if there are other people that are flagged for deletion, and it's not, it's not that much more. It is a bit of a frustration, but kind of like get over it and just do it. That's
You'll be thankful. You'll be thankful in future. Paula, you've got your hand up. We've got just under 5 minutes left.
I think I forgot my question. Let me put my hand down until I remember it.
No.
Okay.
I did see those profiles. I must still get to them that you asked me to check which ones we're going to work on. Just give me some time. The messages build up now again from this morning where there was 0 to 177.
Oh, I remember. So
yeah, I did see your message. I will get to it.
Okay, thank you. So we're no longer doing boarding calls, correct?
No boarding calls. We work on board chats.
So would it be better that I guess what I'm trying to understand is the old perpetual boards are no longer being worked on because they're not version boards. They're not version 2 boards, correct? The version 2 boards are
working on them
that had boarding calls. Okay.
We're working on the perpetual boards. If anybody wants a perpetual position on their own board, they can take a position there. You've got a choice if you want a position on a perpetual board. Is go work on your own board and get a link out and do the gifting to the Legend, or you ask me to be placed on one of the higher up boards for some movement. And we are filling with version 2s down the list. We are going to start seat number 100 and 101 possibly during the night.
Okay, okay. All right, I'm good then.
Mm.
Thank you.
There is a few boards where the only submarine profile left on the board is the legend. Then that board must stand till the lineage fills the 8 positions, do a split, and then the next level we can load version 2s again.
Okay, got it.
Okay, good. Raquel, you got a question? We've got just under 3 minutes left.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. So my question is, actually, it just doesn't seem realistic to me that they would be reading all these emails for the people that want to jump to a different, not jump, but be placed on a different board. So do you think without the emails that they're just gonna go ahead and combine the boards without the emails? Because those are a lot of emails to read and go through.
Yes, there will be compression. There will be a compression. I don't know yet how it's going to work, but I was told that the second item on the list of to-do items is the compression of the boards. So they will see wherever there's builders open, or some boards, even the guide is short, and they will most probably remove any boards that's got 3 or less people on and place them on other boards where there's 1 or 2 gaps open. That is in the pipeline. It will happen. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. What they did now was to give people the opportunity to get compressed earlier by sending a message. I don't know how many people is going to do that. You know the community. They are very lazy with communication. So I think it's safer just to wait for the system to compress and then see where you land if you get combined with another board.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, we've got a minute left. 40, call will be posted in about 15 minutes. It takes 15 minutes to convert. The 2 earlier calls is on YouTube. Remember, if you don't want to watch the whole video, let it play out to get viewing time up on the channel so that we can start making money on that channel as well. That money will be used to sponsor more people in. And click like and subscribe. I need 1,000 subscribers so that we can get this thing going. Thank you for the people that already subscribed and the people that actually don't only watch the video but watch it full out or let it play full out and then also like the video. All right, unmute yourselves. We'll have a motivational call on Thursday and 7 o'clock South African time, which will also be recorded. Unmute yourself, shout bye. Have a lovely
Bye, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Bye,
Saturday
everyone.
evening.
Bye.
Bye,
Good night. Good night.
Bye.
Everyone.
Bye-bye.